Greetings from Podcastville. It's Wednesday, the 6th of January. The joint is brought to you by ONNIT. Listen, ONNIT does not fuck around. Alpha Brain, Shroom Tech, New Mood, Alpha Brain powder that you put in water, shake it up, and drink it for memory, focus, sharpness, just everything you're looking for. Alpha Brain is so fucking good that if you don't like it, it doesn't work for you. For some reason, hey, listen, I got a friend, he takes an edible, nothing happens. I've tried to fucking, I've given him 800 milligrams, and he sits there and spits at my face. Sometimes things affect people in different ways. I know Alpha Brain works for me. Every time I'm on a fucking cycle, I'm like fucking Speedy Gonzalez. I'm ready to rock. Alpha Brain, if you don't like it, they'll send your money back, and you can keep the fucking product. That's a company right there. That's a company that stands behind that product. Go to onnit.com right now. Take a look at the selection they got. They got protein bites that'll knock your fucking pants off. They got melatonin in a spray. They're saying it helps with COVID. They've got protein powders. Alpha Brain, Shroom Tech, Alpha Brain Instant. You can't fucking lose. Press in church and get 10% off your first order. CHURCH, Church, Joey, whatever the fuck, and get 10% off delivered right to your fucking house. I'm with ONNIT. You understand me? And the joint is also brought to you by, oh shit, DraftKings. It's fucking January, cocksuckers. You know what that means? Fucking Diaz. You got college basketball. You got the playoffs. You got pro basketball. I think hockey's around the fucking corner somewhere. But let's not worry about nothing. Let's worry about what's in front of us. You got the motherfucking playoffs. Tonight, you got NBA. Get ready because the playoffs start this fucking weekend, all right? There's no better place to get in on the action better than DraftKings. America's top-rated sportsbook. If you haven't tried them yet, what the fuck are you waiting for? To celebrate this time of the year, DraftKings is giving you a shot, you ready for this? To double your money. This Saturday, all it takes is one touchdown, and you could double your money. I'm going to paint a picture for you, right? This is you on Saturday. You smoke a number, you place a bet, you have mama lick your nuts, and put your feet up and go to bed. As soon as somebody hits the first touchdown, you're getting paid, bitch. You understand me? So download the top-rated DraftKings Sportsbook app today, right now as we speak. Use promo code Joey when you sign up and have a shot at doubling your money. Doubling if a touchdown is scored this Saturday. What are you doing this Saturday? What you doing right now? Dick, you're going to be on a fucking computer. Let's make a little fucking Gitas here, all right? This Saturday, they're doubling your money if the touchdown is scored. That's code Joey for new players to get a shot at doubling your Gitas this fucking Saturday. For limited time only at DraftKings Sportsbook. Listen, the party's on Saturday, but the party really starts tonight. There's some great NBA on the board tonight. Take a look. Go to DraftKings right now. Download the app. Right now, as we speak, push in Joey. And fucking Saturday, you're going to double your fucking money as soon as the first touchdown is fucking scored. And here's the part the lawyers make me say. You got to be 21 or older. New Jersey, Indiana, Pennsylvania only. See DraftKings.com/sportsbook for details. You got a gambling problem? There's help. Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Or if you're in Indiana, call 1-800-9-WITH-IT. But if you don't have a gambling problem, oh shit, light your balls on fire. It's time to make some fucking Gitas. Download DraftKings. Code Joey. Candles lit, cocksuckers. Hey, look who it is. What's happening, cocksuckers?
Check 1, 2. Welcome to Uncle Joey's Joint.
What's up, you bad motherfuckers? It's Wednesday, the 6th. It's a beautiful fucking day to be alive. It's surgery week. I'm walking around having a nervous breakdown. You know what I'm saying? Listen, the good thing about this fucking surgery is I'm gonna have a fucking tremendous story for you guys. I already got stories from the week to stress test. I'm saving them. I'm holding on to them because today's a special date. But fucking Friday, I can't. But I've been having anxiety attacks. The other day at the gym on Monday, I fucking started lifting, and I couldn't catch my breath at one point, and I started sweating profusely like Joey Diaz. I don't know if anybody ever saw me before. I got clean off coke. After I got clean off coke on stage, I wouldn't sweat. When I was doing coke and I would go on stage, oh my fucking God, what would come out of me? It was like a steam bath. I would sweat fucking profusely. Can you believe that? What a difference. Like, if you've ever seen me, you've never really seen me sweaty on stage. You don't see me. I don't sweat at all. At all. Not even my fucking armpits. They're drier than fuck. But when I was snorting coke and I would go on stage, an onslaught of sweat would just fucking come out of me. Let me tell you something. Every time, the funniest thing about surgery for me is I always got to give blood, or you always got to fucking, they have to fucking give you like a, what do you call that shit? Intravenous, whatever that shit is. I got to tell you something. Whenever the nurses grab my hand, they always go, you're a bit palmy. No shit. I'm about to do what I hate doing the most. Anything to do medically. Listen, I don't give a fuck. You know me. I'm fucking out of my mind. Thank God. I thank God every fucking day that I don't like needles. Because I wouldn't be here right now. I'd be a fucking needle. I would have became a heroin fucking junkie. Thank God I don't have that fucking, some people could look at needles, and I just saw a shot on fucking 60 Minutes last night, and I almost fainted sitting there 3 nights ago, I'm watching 60 Minutes, and they gave somebody like a vaccine shot, and I had to look away. I almost fucking fainted. My wife looked at me, she goes, oh, that one got you. Like sometimes you get stuck looking at the TV, and you don't turn away soon enough. That's what happened. I was all momoed up, and fucking, all of a sudden, I'm like, what the fuck? Like, I can't stand this shit. But so this week, I'm going to have some type of story for you. Hopefully Monday, I'll be because I know I have to do physical therapy Monday, and I got to fucking drive. I don't have to drive. Somebody's going to have to fucking drive me. I got like 10 drivers on fucking call right now. So, but I start physical therapy on Monday, so I really don't know what my schedule is. I'm going to talk to Mike, and we're going to try to make this fucking happen, even if I have to do it from a couch or from my fucking recliner, whatever the fuck we need, we're going to bring you something. I'm sorry if I'm not going to look good. What are you going to do? Look, do you think like I'm not even, I don't give a fuck anymore. I'm past the point of wanting to look good. I just want to live and not get COVID. That's it. Can you imagine I get COVID? I don't get fucking surgery. That's another thing I'm living with all week. What if I get COVID? My friend wanted to come over. I told him no. My other buddy wanted to go to dinner. I'm avoiding him like he's fucking got AIDS. I'm just avoiding everybody. Like I want to do this surgery. I'm not going to chicken out on you guys. You know me better than that. I went to, the other day I saw Jim Florentine's brother, Bob. Great guy. All his brothers are great guys, but Bob is just extra sweet. And Bob is like, listen, man, if you need a ride down there on Friday, I'll give you a ride. I go, what if it's at 6 a.m? He goes, you got it. I'll give you a ride. And I'm looking at him. I'm like, this guy doesn't know that if he gives me a ride, I just might hug him to death. Like, I might just hold him in the car and say, don't let them take me. Don't let them take me. Because, he's such a sweetheart. So I don't know. I'm hoping that I'm only fucking with you guys. You guys know that I'll fucking walk in there. I'll swallow my little faggy fucking attitude, and I'll get this done with. This is not my fault. This is not one of my strong points. When I did my strengths and weaknesses, number one was going to doctors. It's not my strong point, dog. I swear to God, you don't want to make an appointment for the doctor, and they make it, like, let's say I'm going to see the doctor. It could be anything, because you can't trust nobody. I always ask them, I don't care if I have to go to the doctor for my toe. I'm like, is there going to be a needle involved? And they're like, there shouldn't be. Okay. I just want to know, because every once in a while they'll throw by the way on me. I'll get down there and they're like, oh, wait, we have to do a blood test or something. I'm like, I'm not fucking prepared. I need my fucking little earphones. I need my little fucking Santana and my iPod. Oh, there's a process for me to give blood. Like before the stress test the other day. You don't even know what the fuck I did and how retarded your Uncle Joey really is. See, I'm retarded. And I've told you people for years, but you people don't believe me. You think I'm fucking with you. I'm retarded. So I had a stress test at 9:15. I couldn't eat 3 hours before the stress test. So I set the alarm for 4. I got up and I ate. I smoked dope and I ate, even though I wasn't supposed to smoke dope. For the 24 hours before the fucking thing, I couldn't drink caffeine, you know. I got to go there without fucking coffee. You know how hard it is to get in your car, to go. Do you have any idea how hard it is for a guy like me to get in this car and drive to go get a needle? Do you have any fucking idea? It's like driving to go follow Dom Herrera back in the day. Like when I'd see my name on the schedule in the main room and I'd go, who am I following? Like Dom Herrera? Fuck. I'd have to drive down Sunset doing like 20. Like fucking 20 in the right-hand lane. If there was a guy, like, you know, a car popped up, I would pray to God, thank God there's a valet fucking stuck holding up this line. I don't want to go to the store and fucking die a slow death. It's worse than that when I have to go to the fucking doctor. Like I have to go all the way to fucking, I don't even know. I don't even want to say where I got to go. It's like 20 minutes, 25 minute drive. Those 25 minutes, guys, the air will be down to 60 in my car. I will be pouring sweat, will be coming out of me. My handlebars, if I go to make a right, you'll see my hands slip off the steering wheel because my hands become just fucking, they just become like a sponge, man. So I'm looking forward to this. I'm doing the same thing I did when I got the fat ball taken out. The night before, I'm going to go to the bank and take out $200 in 50s. And shove them up my ass during the surgery. So if I have to make a quick getaway after the surgery, I got no problems. The time when they took the fat ball out of my neck, though, I put $4 $50 bills up my ass. I cupped them up real small, and I kept them in there because they don't let you put underwear on. I told you I'm retarded. Did I not tell you I'm retarded? I took the 50, I folded them again, and I didn't put it all the way up my asshole. I'm not a fucking...
Just in between the cheeks.
Yeah, but deep, like during the surgery, like the tip of the $50 bill was tickling my asshole or whatever. When I woke up in fucking recovery, I went off. That's what I'm scared of the most, that my wife has to go pick me up. Because she can't, you can't go to the hospital and be there. So my wife is going to have to go pick me up. So they're going to have to call my wife, and I'm going to have to wait those 20, 30 minutes. Let me tell you something. Those 20, 30 minutes of me waiting are going to be fucking in a recovery room. You have no fucking idea. And you're hungry and you're thirsty and you're going to have a mask on. You have no fucking idea how petrified I am right now. Or how petrified I was that day when they took the fat ball out. When I woke up, and I've had 1, 2, 3, 4 surgeries since I met you guys.
You got put under for all of them?
Yeah. Oh yeah, I got put under. Yeah, I don't. No.
Oh, I did that once. That was so weird.
No. Listen, guys. When I go to the dentist, I only went under one time. I don't like that. Dental pain is not that bad. You don't even feel the dentist. I go to the dentist, I don't even fucking feel. When I did my teeth this last time, the chick with Dr. Sherry up in North Hollywood, I give her the highest recommendation. I didn't feel shit. And you know me, I'm a fucking pussy. I didn't feel dick. I even asked her to put more in because I didn't feel nothing. I wanted to fuck it. It's like a fake little coke high. I remember driving home. I was all fucked up. I couldn't even talk to them. Somebody called me like, "What are you doing?" "I'm over here." "What's the matter, Joey?" That's a nice.
I'm over here.
I'm over here. A friend of mine accused me that night. She calls me up and she's like, "You're slurring." "Yeah, I'm fucking slurring, cause I've been in a fucking dentist chair since. Anyway. I was in a dentist chair from 9 to 12. And then they gave me a break. And I came back from 3:30 to 7:15.
Holy shit.
Do you understand me? They had to do 8 fucking teeth and take them out and rip them out. You have no fucking idea, guys. I sat in that fucking thing. Think of your head getting drilled from 3:30 to 7:30. And I kept telling her throughout the thing, pop me. Hit it. Hit it. Hit it. And she kept popping me with these little things, picking it up and shit. And bing, 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 hit it, hit it. You know, because I just didn't want to feel the drill. I could smell it. You could smell the fucking the teeth in the air. You're like, what the fuck? Whose asshole did I eat? And it got antiqued in my fucking teeth. The smell was fucking horrible. But my point is that when I walked out of there, I'll never forget this. Like, you know, I'm in a dentist chair for 5 fucking hours. 4. Let's not exaggerate, Joey. 4, 5, 6. Yeah, 3 hours, 3.5 hours, let's say. Right? Getting hit with that fucking, that liquid cocaine. Bang, 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 bang. I drive myself to CVS. While I'm at the dentist, I'm missing calls, right? I'm missing fucking calls, right? So my friend calls me. She's like, Miss fucking sober, AA, whatever. But, you know, she's concerned about me all the time. So I call her back and go, how you doing? What's going on? You know, and she's telling me that all of a sudden she goes, why are you slurring? And I go, because I've been at the fucking dentist since 3:30. She's like, you have a problem. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, I had to call her the next day and go, what the fuck is your problem? You fucking AA people. Like, and I'm sorry, I don't mean to, there's some AA people that take it to an extreme. I've supported her since day one. And, you know, she lives in fucking Florida now, whatever the fuck. I've supported her since day one with her journey, rehabs, the whole fucking thing. But when this final latch AA, she's just been a nut. She's been sober now, maybe 4 years, but the only way she could do it for her was to be like, you know, like she's the VP and the treasurer of the NA, and she's like a regional whatever. She had to do this. Guys, I've known her for 30 years. She was a fucking mess. She had to do this. So, but we care about each other, you know. We've been friends since fucking Boulder. We've been friends. So when she called me, she's like, hey man, you know, what is your problem? Why are you high? Because she always used to watch the podcast and go, you're getting too high on the podcast. We're just doing fucking edibles. I could see if we were fucking doing heroin and drinking booze and shit. I was dying to drink New Year's Eve. I didn't even have a fucking drink New Year's Eve because I'm concerned about the fucking sugar towards the diabetes. Can you believe the fag I fucking become? 20 years ago, I would drink whenever the fuck I wanted. Now, the other night, when I made that video for you guys, the one without the volume, and it got lost. It's not on YouTube no more either.
Really?
Yeah, I can't find it. I went to find it because I was going to dub it like a Chinese movie. I was going to try to talk over it and fuck with you guys. Like, I was going to have Mike redo it up so I could talk during it, over it, and fucking, you know, like a Chinese movie, but I couldn't even find it.
Private, so it's probably on there. You just can't see it.
Yeah, you just can't fucking see it. So
I'll find it. We'll do that.
I'm sorry about that, guys. So yeah, I'm at the fucking CVS, and she's like, "You're slurring." Yeah, I'm fucking slurring. I've been fucking coked up for the last 4 fucking hours.
You were going to pick up Percocets or something?
When?
Medication?
Yeah, after you leave the dentist, they gave me antibiotics. They gave me ibuprofen, the strongest 1,200 milligram, which are great compared to those fucking, you know. I'm waiting for a call now from a lady that her daughter hangs out with Mercy, and she's a pharmacist at CVS. He's the head pharmacist at one of the CVS's close to here, and I want to talk to her about my pain options. So when I have the surgery, I don't want those oxy fucking codons. I don't want none of that shit. But I was talking to Kate Quigley, and she was telling me that her boyfriend had the knee surgery, and he went against the pain pills. And one night he woke up in the middle of the night with fucking pain. He had knee reconstruction, and he woke up fucking screaming in pain, and they had to take him back to the hospital and shoot him with a pain thing. So I don't know what to fucking do. Last time I ate a fucking pain pill was after that fucking dentist, and that's the day I fell off my fucking bike. That's it. That's why I don't want to take those fucking pills. I fell off my fucking bike, didn't even know I was taking them. I thought I was taking the ibuprofen, and I left the fucking Vicodins right next to it, and I don't see without my glasses, so I just went in there at 4 in the morning and popped one. I'm on the bike at 7, So I just had a bad experience with them, so I don't want nothing to do with them. It's January 6th, and about a week ago, somebody sent me an email. It's so weird how the karmic, let's call him the karma god, works. Whatever god is out there, I don't know. Whatever energy is out there, I don't know how it works, but it's so weird. January 6th is a birthday of somebody who was very, very close to me, and I let that person down. And every January fucking 6th, every year in January, the first week of January, I get a little bummed out. It's weird because my daughter's birthday's Friday. So, I always think about January 6th because it's a friend of mine's birthday. That's what I was trying to say. And I let her down a long time ago, and I wanted to talk about it today to keep her spirit alive, Till this day, I've always told people that one of the guys most responsible for helping my career, like I've always said, and I said, you need 3 people and you could take over the fucking world, Joe Rogan has always been my number one spokesman. He's always had my back in comedy, I got a bunch of those guys, Duncan, Ari, we were all tight. We were all woven from the red band. We were all woven from the same. Ari really helped me out a lot with comedy. We helped each other. Ari got me my agent, but Ari did something. He got me on that. This is not happening. And, I've been friends with Ari for a long time, so I told Ari a lot of stories of my life. And when he created This Is Not Happening, he would tell me what stories he wanted to hear on the stage, And except for the first time. The first time we did it, you got to give Ari a lot of credit. What happened with him was a year ago. He made a mistake. It didn't change my opinion of him. He's just a fucking knucklehead. If you know Ari, he's a knucklehead, and his intentions weren't bad. If you're still mad at him, go fuck yourself, get over yourself, Elvis is dead and I don't feel so good myself. But Ari's a great guy, and he did something for me. Everybody has done something different for me, but he looked at me from a different direction. He had heard me on the road with Rogan. Me and him would stay downstairs, him and Red Band, and we would tell stories, whatever, and he would hear these stories, and I think he would put, mental notes in his mind. I think he fucking knew he wanted to do this. First time we did the Storyteller show, he did that fucking thing in the back of the Improv. No booze. It was $10 or $5 to get in. There was maybe 50 people in the back. It was the back thing of the Improv. And I remember going down there. I was going to tell a story about mugging somebody or something in Hudson County Park. And I ended up, when I was down there, it was Mark Maron, Steve Agee, nice kid, and Mark Maron. And I had to follow Steve. And Steve made a Pink Floyd reference, so Mark Maron made a Pink Floyd reference. So I went up there and told the Pink Floyd story. And it was great. I think it's still on YouTube. You could tell that it was the first This Is Not Happening with no fucking, it was like a phone camera or something. I think it's even in 2 parts. You have to look for Joey Diaz Pink Floyd story, part 1 and 2. I think that's what it is. I didn't have any idea what storytelling was. I didn't know. He just told me to come down there and tell a fucking story. I went on stage and told the story, and next thing you know, people went fucking crazy over a fucking story, over a Pink Floyd story. And then he kept raising the levels higher and higher. Then they went on to digital. So before Comedy Central picked up the show, they went digital. And he came to me, and he told me that he wanted me to tell a story about the lady who raised me. And I was like, my godmother? And he goes, no, the lady who took care of you after your mother died. And I'm like, oh, Zoraida. It's so fucking weird that if you haven't seen that on This Is Not Happening, I think it's my best work. And I hate everything I fucking do. I hate everything I do. I hate Dog, I hate everything I do. The This Is Not Happenings to me are my best fucking work because I was free. It was for Ari. My motivation was different. It was for Ari. It really wasn't for the audience. It was for Ari. I didn't want Ari to look bad. I'm one of those dudes that when it comes to my friends, I don't want you to look bad. It's like people always say to me, why do you pay for the UFCs? You could just steal them. I'll give you the code. And I'm like, what would happen if fucking Dana White knew I stole a thing and called Joe? How embarrassed would I be? Joe would say to me, all you need to do is call me. I'll give you the $70 fucking dollars. Do you know what I'm saying? I mean, so when it came to Ari and Comedy Central, I had to give him the best because out of respect for him. Did you ever see him on Comedy Central doing anything else? No. Ari went to Comedy Central and said, you got to put Homie on. And even though they were like, no, he's not, he's not one of our little fucking Gentiles that is safe. Ari said, you got to put him up. This guy's going to take it to the next fucking level. And if you watch those things, I fucking did because I knew Ari had a fight for me to get me on those things. But one of the best ones I ever did, the one with beating up the nun is good. He loved that one. I remember the first time I told him that, he fucking went crazy and he told me, say it on stage. And then we came to New York and fucking he made it before we went up. I go, I don't know what I'm going to do tonight, Ari. He goes, just tell a story. Tell this thing. He goes, I dare you to tell that fucking story about, beating up the nun. That's how that came out. Guys, I did that cold. Opening up for New York and for Rogan and at a theater in New York maybe 10 years ago. Cold. Never wrote it on paper. Never did nothing. He goes, go up there and just try it. What do you got to lose? I go, you're right. I got nothing to lose. I fucking went up there and destroyed the first time with that nun joke just from fucking memory. Then I went home and sat down and polished it up and added the fucking, the Puerto Ricans, and I love Italian, and we picked her up by the feet, and we took her shoes. That came later, but the original fight, bro, this is crazy. Every time I go to Kearney, like I had to go to Kearney a couple weeks ago, I go over to that fucking school, and I look at that school. It's like a fucking playground now, whatever the fuck it is. I can't believe we beat up that fucking nun till this day. I really cannot fucking believe that. And I'm gonna go to hell for that. But Ari wanted that story. Like I think the first thing I did with Ari was the Zoraida. He really wanted me to tell the Zoraida story. He goes, people got to know about this because people think your mother just died and you were an orphan. I want people to know that you were taken care of. And I've never said that I was just, I never wanted people to think that my mother just died and I ended up on the fucking street. That wasn't the case at all. The Benders took me in. I had options, okay? It wasn't like, and it was so weird. Like, nobody contacted me. Like, usually your mother dies, the state contacts you and says, who you living with? You're going to have to go to a group home until they adopt you or whatever. Nobody said nothing to me. It was like nothing ever happened. I just got up and moved in with the Benders. We didn't register. We didn't do anything. But the only two living relatives I basically had was my sister in Cuba. She was no good to me, and my uncles and aunts in Cuba. And I had an uncle in California. And me and him were on the fucking outs. So the only one, at that time we weren't on the outs. I was young when my mother died. He came to the funeral. He did his brotherly thing, and he left after a couple days. He gave me some money, and he gave me his number, and he said, call me if you need something or if you need to come out. And I took it up. I took the offer up 4 years later. That's a complete different story. But as soon as my mother died, Zoraida was my mother's best friend. And what people don't understand, like, this is why I take friendship very fucking seriously. Like, Mercy's going to be 8 on Friday, and I got to tell you something. I told my wife this, I go, I'm lucky I have Mercy. I'm lucky that I have Mercy because this year, particularly, I think somebody would have got hurt. I think since last December, fate was, for the last year and a half, there's been a handful of people that indirectly or directly have been fucking with me. It doesn't bother me. You know me, I give them all the rope in the world because I give them a rope so they can hang themselves. I give them rope because they don't know that I'm a fucking savage. And I told my wife about a week ago, we were sitting upstairs, and I go, can you believe Mercy's going to be fucking 8 in a week? And I said to her, you know what? A lot of people should thank Mercy. A lot of people should get up every morning and go, thank God for fucking Mercy. Because if I didn't have Mercy right now, the last couple of years, and I just had my wife, let me tell you something. In my 50s, especially after what I've accomplished already, I wouldn't mind doing a couple of years in jail. You know what I'm saying? Just at the end. Just to prove my fucking point. You know? Like, I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't mind dying in a fucking cell. And I know you people are crazy. You know, I don't want to die in a cell. What I'm trying to say to you people is, if I didn't have Mercy the last 8 years, I mean, I look at Mercy, I kiss her every day like 25 fucking times. I kiss her in the morning. I tell her I love her. But I thank her. I thank her every day. My daughter knows me. My daughter knows me better than most fucking people. A lot of people, you know, this year was a bad year for my friends. A lot of my friends got beat up this year. And a lot of the people that beat up my friends, if I didn't have Mercy, I would have been shooting people. I don't know if you people know this about me, that I'm not all fucking there. And I don't like people messing with my fucking friends. I do not like it at all. And a lot of my friends got messed with this year. I got messed with this year. A lot of people I cared for got messed with this year. And it's so weird. Like, all you motherfuckers better be thankful I got Mercy. Because at 58, I'm crazier than fucking ever. Trust me. I get thoughts that come into my mind that would rattle you. I am still a fucking derelict criminal. The comedy and the family and everything has taken all that stuff away from me. But trust me, I have thoughts in my mind. Like, I forgave my ex-wife. Me and my wife are even. Me and my ex-wife are even. I've forgiven everybody. I'm not mad at anybody. I'm just letting you know I'm happy that I have a daughter. Because I was like, I already did everything I wanted to do. I did movies. I did the Comedy Store, the documentary. I'll be on the documentary. Like, they'll go, that guy was on the documentary. He's doing time for stabbing a motherfucker 10 times. Or shooting somebody. I swear to fucking God. I'm thankful for Mercy, you know. And when I was younger, I was out of my fucking mind. But Zoraida could always calm me down. So after my mother died, you know, I mean, my mother died at 3 in the morning, and Zoraida was already there. I think I called her at fucking 8, and Zoraida got there, I don't know, maybe 9:30. She lived in Long Island at the time, and her operation was out of Spanish Harlem on 113th by Spanish Harlem, by the park. That was her operation there. She had a second floor apartment over a little fucking bodega. I could live to be 80. I'll never forget being a kid and walking up those steps in the 70s and seeing all the junkies fucking nodding in the hallways. And it was way better than going to any fucking zoo or any movie or any fucking love bug in the world. Like, I knew they were on some type of drug. I just didn't know what. But I enjoyed seeing people like all fucking, I mean, that's why I think I dose people. From me seeing all those people at a young age, oh fuck, she lived on the second floor. So we had to go this way, and then there was like a landing, and then you went up to the second floor and you knocked on the door. There was like 2 doors in the hallway. Let me tell you something. There would always be 3 dudes, like 3 monkeys. You know, like those 3 fucking monkeys? There would be 3 of them laid out, fucking vomit next to them. It was disgusting, but so entertaining when you're 6 and 7 that I love going up there. I would beg my mother, take me to Zoraida. Nah, you got to go to school today. Fuck. I'm not going to be able to see the fucking whatever. The whole neighborhood was great. They had great food downstairs. It was Spanish Harlem. It was the fucking 70s. They had this thing called the Marqueta. I don't know if it's still there. Oh my God. Lord, they had good shit in there. So every time, I would love going over to Zoraida. So when my mother died, you know, she was my mother's best friend. I called her up. I told her that we found my mother. She showed up. She pretty much, you know, I was out of it throughout the whole wake. She pretty much carried the wake, you know. She did the whole fucking thing. She waited there till they buried my mother, and then she goes, I'm going to stay with you for 2 weeks. I want you to stay here for 2 weeks and settle in. Let me stay with you. Let me take care of you, cook for you. And Thanksgiving, you can move in with the Benders. My mother died on the 8th. I think they buried her like on the 12th or the 13th or something like that. So she stayed with me for those 10 days, and we really got to talk. We got to talk about my mother. She told me about where she came from in Cuba, when she stabbed the fucking guy for her sister. You know, she told me a lot of things about my mother I didn't know. It was really great of her, you know. And then Thanksgiving Day, I moved in with the Benders, and every Sunday, I would meet Zoraida at a bar called Otto's in Union City. It was on 30th and New York Avenue there. I forget the guy that owned it. He played for the Chicago Bulls from Union City. He's dead. Rest in peace. Thank God he's dead. I used to rob him like every other week, the poor bastard. I used to work in that bar. That guy gave me a bartending job at 17 years old. I quit high school, and I had the Wednesday at 7 a.m. shift and Monday nights. But that came later. Don't worry about that. That came later. When I was, my mom died when I was 15, 16. Zoraida stayed with me, and then she made a fucking promise that she was going to take care of me until I got to be a man. And I got to tell you guys, I learned a lot from her. I learned that experience of being around her got me here with you guys, because it taught me how to be a friend. It taught me what friends do, and it taught me that it's not about money. Like, everybody thinks it's about money and boats and bitches and getting your dick sucked and hanging out with celebrities. Let me tell you what it's about. It's about friendships, man. Your bank account doesn't match the value of your friendships. If you have $20 million, but you don't have good friends, your life ain't worth shit. And you just don't get good friends. You have to grow good friends. You have to water friends, and they water you. It's the same fucking thing. It's cultivating. People think that you're just gonna go online, swipe, and meet the woman of your fucking dreams, and it's gonna all work out. Then they get mad at you when they get it. Well, I've been married 4 times because you made 4 bad fucking choices. You didn't cultivate your fucking friendships. I've cultivated my friendships, and I learned from Zoraida because I saw how her and my mother did it. From the time I was fucking 4 to 16 till she died, I saw 2 people who had each other's back, fucking without any reservation. Do you understand me? I mean, that's the first story she told me, was how my mother went down with my father and saved her in Chicago, because Zoraida had come to this country. Her and my mother were tight in Cuba. My mother went to New York with my father, Jersey, and Zoraida, New York, Jersey, and Zoraida went with her new construction cop husband, I think it was a cop in Cuba, to Chicago. And then when they got to Chicago, he started beating her severely and started pimping her out. She called my mother and Manolo, my father, got a gun and a fucking knife and a broom and like a fucking dustpan. Yeah, my mother, she told me they came with a broom and a knife and fucking, and they pulled her out of there in Chicago and they drove her back to fucking New York. They helped her set up a business and that's how she became fucking wealthy. My father lent her some money, so she always felt connected. Like, she owed my mother. So through that connection, after my father died, she could have just left me alone, guys, and not given a fuck. No. She stayed with me for those 2 weeks, and then she made a promise to me that every Sunday she would come. And guys, from the time my mother died to the time I left, April 25th, 1983, to Colorado, she showed up every Sunday, or at least every other Sunday. We'd meet at Otto's. We'd drive down to fucking the cemetery. I just thought of her driver's face. That's so weird. She'd bring a bottle of pinch for my mother and spread it on the fucking grave, put some bumps on my mother's grave, throw me $200 cash, and give me a nickel bag from Spanish Harlem. I would call her every day. I would talk to her every day. She wanted me to check it. You know, she always wanted me to check in. She told me, I want you to take the place of your mother. Do you remember how me and your mother spoke 3 times a day? Yes, that's what good friends do. Call me in the morning, call me at lunch, and call me at dinner. So every day I was trained. She trained me. She goes, this is what friends do. You check in. She goes, me and your mother have been doing this since 1940. Checking in. And sometimes I would call her, like, after 6 months that my mother died, I would call her and she would cry. She goes, I could still hear that same tone that your mother has in your voice, even though you're a man. It's weird because I hear it in my uncle. When I speak to my uncle, I kind of get emotional for like a minute because I hear my mother in his voice also. So I understand what Zoraida was saying to me. Zoraida took care of me, guys, from 1979, with never complaining, never threw it in my face, never said nothing to me. You know, yes, I did lie to her to get money from her from time to time, even though she was going to give it to me anyway. I just wanted to expedite it or something, you know. I loved her. It wasn't like I was using her. I loved her with all my heart. She had become like my second mom, you know. That wasn't the case at all. It just was, I was young, I was dumb, and I was fucking stupid. You know, every time I go into the city to do something illegal, I'd always stop by her and check in with her. I'd go downstairs with my own money, and I'd buy her a Cuban sandwich and to surprise her and bring her upstairs to her. I knew she liked Cuban sandwiches from a certain spot. So, you know, I tried my best. When I went to Colorado, I kept in touch with her. I did exactly what she said. I called her every fucking day. When I was in Colorado, she did not send me money. I did not let her send me money. I told her I was fine, even though she would call me and say, do you need for me to send you money? Nah, I thought by 83, by the time I was fucking 20, I was too old for somebody to give me money. I mean, you know, at that time, listen, I didn't even take Social Security. When your parents die, you're supposed to collect Social Security. For some reason or another, they said my mother didn't work enough quarters and my father, but I could have fucking fought it and took it to court or whatever, or got an attorney. I said, I'm not taking money from the country. I'd rather steal it from a drug dealer than take money out of the fucking, you know, disability claims or some fake fucking thing like that. And that's what I did. I didn't take any money from her in Colorado. It was all my own money. Then when I came back in 84, February of 84, I would take coke from her. I wouldn't take money. I'd go, no, I don't need any money. I'll take the coke and sell it. At that time, she had horrible cocaine. It was horrible. It was street cocaine, Harlem cocaine, you know, 50% pure, shit like that. I would sell it to some idiots I knew and make some extra cash, and they would cut it or smoke it or shoot it. I had no idea. But I love Zori. I always bought her Christmas presents. I did everything in my world. But then 84 came. And 84 was, this is why I tell people, you know, I didn't journal in 79. I didn't journal in 1980. I didn't journal in 82. I didn't journal in 83. I didn't journal in 84. And this is why I believe in the journal. Because in 1984, I pretty much had a nervous breakdown from what happened to me in 1979. You know, when you, like right now, I'm a different person. I know this. You know, my stand-up is different. My podcast is different. Why? What is the answer? Is Joe Diaz not funny anymore? No. I'm still a funny motherfucker. I still feel it. I really do still feel it. What is going on is that I'm mourning a loss. I'm mourning a life loss. A whole life got taken from me. You know, the Comedy Store, the road, it all got taken from me. So there has to be some type of feeling. If I didn't get up and write about this every fucking day, how I feel, and why I'm feeling this way, and why I have little bouts with anxiety, if I didn't do this every day now, in about 2 or 3 years from now, I'd have the nervous breakdown I had in 84. This is why I fucking journal And this is why I preach that fucking journal as much as I do. Somebody on Patreon the other day hit me up and they said, hey man, we don't want to blow smoke up your ass. I started journaling 3 months ago. My life has changed completely. Listen, you got to check on those skeletons from time to time. They don't like to sit in the closet alone. You got to check on those motherfuckers from time to time. And with journaling, you do it. And we all have skeletons in the closet. We all have our own personal skeletons in our fucking head. You know, I have what I did with Zoraida. The only way I forgave myself. When 84 came, I lost my fucking mind, you know. I lost my mind over the drugs. I lost my mind over the fucking, you always have these people, they call you twice. You ever have anybody who calls you fucking twice? Why you calling me twice? If I didn't pick up the first time, what makes you think I'm going to pick up the fucking second time? What the fuck is wrong with people? You know what I'm saying? Now, welcome to my fucking world, cocksuckers. So, 84 was just one of those years that the 5 years of me partying with my buddies, sweeping the pain of my mother's death under the carpet, catches up with you. That's why I tell people to journal, and that's why I tell people if you go through something traumatic, especially next week, like once I get the surgery done, I will write about it because I know that those fucking Vicodins, those fucking whatever they give me are going to fuck up my head, so I have to stay grounded. The only way to stay grounded is by writing your situation and explaining to yourself what is going on in your fucking head. I watch what's going on in my head constantly. I keep an eye on it constantly because I ended up homeless in 84 from it. So, ever since that time, I fucking journal and I keep grounded. Like this time here, I have kept pretty much grounded. Look at my face, look at my eyes, look at my eyeballs. I'm grounded. I am fine. If I wouldn't have done the work I did to stay grounded, I would have been fucked up. There wouldn't have been no podcast. Half the time, this is like a fucking hump fest anyway. But sometimes I come up and I deliver. So the more I keep doing this, by law, I shouldn't even be allowed to do a podcast right now. Because I'm mourning a fucking life. I'm mourning a life that I lost. You know, I'm mourning the loss of Valley Village. I'm mourning driving down Colfax. I'm mourning seeing Lee. I'm mourning, seeing my friends, seeing Rogan. I'm mourning going to my church, which was the Comedy Store. I'm mourning all that in the back of my mind. I'm not supposed to know that, but I know it because I already went through this 30 fucking years ago. Do you understand me? So if you feel you're going through something and you don't know what it is, you're mourning your old life. Maybe you were a fucking, I don't know. Maybe you were I don't know. Maybe you were a singer in a band. And you were just about to take off and this fucking thing happened. We all have these fucking stories. Back to Zoraida. Anyway, I got high on the drugs and shit, and what really happened with Zoraida was this. Zoraida was taking care of me. Okay? She wasn't giving me kilos or ounces of coke. I would go to her house and get like a gram from her. 2 grams, 3 grams. No big fucking deal. I started trying to be a fucking dealer. Here she is telling me, listen, man, don't fuck with that stuff. If I'm giving you this and you're selling it to one of your friends, that's one thing. But if you're out there selling it on the street, you're going to end up fucking in jail, and then I can't help you. And I'm like, no, I'm just selling it to my friends. And that was the truth. I was just giving it to like a friend of mine. It wasn't the coke that I would usually, that I liked. My friends didn't want it that strong, so this is what I gave to them. She didn't want me to sell coke. But, I'm watching all my friends being big shots, and I'm fucking poor, and I'm fucking broke, and I'm fucking making a fucking shitty wage like everybody else. I mean, what would you have done? So I started trying to sell coke. I was a horrible coke salesman. I would do good for a week, and then I would snort everything, and then people would be looking for me for 2 weeks, and I'd have to disappear for 2 weeks, and then I'd come back. It was fucking hell. So I went to Miami, and I fucking, a friend of my mother's thought that I was top-notch friends with like the mafia. They had Carmine Balzano confused. So this guy kept fucking looking for me. People kept telling me on the streets, Muñeco's looking for you. This guy in Miami. Not to hurt me, but he wanted to talk to me because some chick had given his son a hot shot up at Englewood Cliffs or something, and he wanted the people that gave his son the hot shot, he wanted them killed, and he was looking for somebody to kill him. So he wanted to talk to me about talking to one of my mafia buddies about killing these people. This was my life at 1984 when I was 21. So if you think you got problems, listen to that fucking story. So here I am talking to this guy, and I'm like, yeah. I'll get the mafia to fucking kill the fucking people, but you got to give me a good price on a fucking kilo. He's like, no worries. I'll give you fucking wholesale prices. So I was working with him and I was doing okay, but you know how the fucking story goes. If you throw enough spaghetti against the wall, it's going to fucking stick. I went up to North Bergen, and one weekend I ended up doing all the fucking coke, and I ended up spending the fucking money, and I didn't have the fucking 20,000, so I never called him back. So I thought that he was going to call Zoraida and complain to Zoraida because they were tight. They all knew each other. So I was scared if I called Zoraida, she was going to give me a fucking tremendous ear beating, make me go down there and pay him and say all this shit. So what did I do? I took the easy road because I was a fucking loser. I just stopped calling Zoraida like in September of 84. Right after I burned Muñeco, I waited about a week and I was like, I can't call Zoraida. And then I was going to places and people were telling me, some lady Z called here. Like she knew my friends' numbers and she started calling their houses looking for me. And I was like, she definitely fucking knows. Now I'm fucking dead. And then I ended up going to California. I ended up going here. I was ducking people. And I ended up going back to North Bergen. I ended up homeless. And then, in fact, I spoke to Mr. T this morning. Happy New Year, Mr. T. Mr. T was my high school teacher. And January 1st, 1985, Mr. T took me in with the plan of taking me to a detox and then for me to rehab. That's a complete different story. But after T picked me up and I got to sleep for 2 weeks and relax and get my head together and get the cocaine out of my system, I was like, fuck, Zoraida. What have I fucking done, you know? I picked up the phone. I remember I was out in the street somewhere and it was like a fucking payphone, you know. I picked up the payphone. I called her. She's like, where the fuck have you been? Do you know what happened to me? She goes, I've been calling for months looking for you. Where have you been? And I go, you know what happened? And she goes, I don't know what happened. She goes, you know what happened? The cops raided me, and during the raid, one of the cops fucking fell on me, and he broke my fucking leg in 2 places. And they took everything I had, and they fucking seized my bank accounts. And she goes, they put a lien on my fucking house and all this, and where the fuck were you when all this happened? You didn't call one fucking time to check up on me. And guys, I gotta tell you something. It broke my heart, because she was absolutely right. She had been there for me for everything. And what? Because of cocaine, I didn't call her back, and she didn't even know. The guy Muñeco never even fucking called her. She didn't mention it at all in the conversation, because I said to her, I thought Muñeco called you. She goes, I haven't heard from Muñeco since fucking August to July. What the fuck are you talking about? So I was like, I didn't talk to you, because I didn't tell her that, because I thought Muñeco, and she's like, you know, this is not good. I was there for you when your mother died, and she was right. I just started bawling, and I remember just letting the phone drop out of my fucking hand, and I walked away from the fucking payphone, because she was right. She had every fucking right. And let me tell you something, guys. It took me a year to fucking forgive myself. It took me a year. I felt like shit for a fucking year, but I made the decision that if I ever had a friend again, that changed everything for me. That changed everything for me. That Zoraida phone call is the reason that I still talk to Danny B, Jimmy Labrano, you know, Timmy Holloway, Georgie K, Jimmy V, my man, Anthony Veneri. The reason why I talk to all those guys after 45 fucking years, because we're talking, I know these guys since 75, 73. The reason why I talk to these guys and all the people who covered my ass when my mom died was because I didn't want them to feel like Zoraida did on that day. I could be the biggest fucking scumbag in the world, but I could also be your best fucking friend. When I'm your fucking friend, man, I'm your friend to the fucking end. I will fucking drive there with you. I don't care about the felony. I don't care about the gun. I'm not a Hollywood guy. If somebody fucks with you, I'm your friend. It's lights out, dog. I remember when fucking those people going after me on Twitter for making Rogan laugh about the fucking chick who fucking blew me. There's a comic that he fucking raised his hand. A couple male comics raised their hands. Huh?
I saw a few.
Did you see it, Bob?
The one though.
One of them. Well, one of them raised their hand. And he's like, he not only got his dick sucked, he threw a bottle at me one night at the Comedy Store.
I didn't see that.
I threw a bottle at this motherfucker. Him and another comic thought they were being cute with me. They would say to me that I was only funny because I did cocaine before I went on stage. I swear to God, I never did cocaine before I went on stage. So I whipped the fucking bottle at that motherfucker one night. Him and another comic. They ran away. One night then another guy that hit me up last week, I threw a fucking, I told him not to touch the microphone, so he because the thing was off, and he touched the mic and the wire broke, and we ended up going to war, and I had to throw a bunch of fucking pool balls on him and shit. And then there was another comic. Another comic said that one night, not only did he get his dick sucked, he also tried to run me over with his car one night and all this shit, which I did. I told him to get out of the way. He didn't want to get out of the way, so I fucking hit him with the fucking car. He didn't sue, fuck him, Anyway, it happened. But because of what happened with Zoraida when I was 20, I never wanted that to happen again with me and anybody else. Listen, you try. I was thinking about, I went to the gym today, okay? I loved it. I love my gym. I love the gym where I go to. I pay them, they train me, I love it. But I realized something today on the walkout, that after we train, and after I go to the locker and get my water and my car keys on the walkout, when I say see you later, they're just my acquaintances. They're nice guys, they're nice kids, I love them to death. I pay them, I love them to death, but they're my acquaintances. And then we move up a ring, and I have my friends. And Mike is becoming a great friend. I mean, I've been friends with Mike for a while. Now I'm starting to care about Mike. Now if you fuck with Mike, I gotta stab you in the fucking neck. We were acquaintances. But now he's my brother, and now I gotta stab you in the neck. Anybody who's my fucking friend, anybody like Rogan, Ari, they all know that things go down with them. I'm there. I'm the first one there. I don't care about, but now I have to care because of my daughter. I can't go to jail because of somebody else because of my daughter. I can't have my daughter see me in a prison fucking uniform. But if you fuck with one of my friends enough, what happens? What happens? I mean, I'd have to tell my daughter that this is what being a friend is. Somebody fucked with one of my friends and I had to go over there and hit him in the head with a pipe. They decided to rat me out because they're fucking faggots instead of fucking being a man and hit me back with the fucking pipe. Whatever. I'm just saying that, this is the year right now, 2021. This is your year. I love this time of the year, and I love Mondays. You know why I love Mondays? Because we're all equal. Today, January 6th, makes us all equal. Think about that. We just paid rent. We're all equal. I haven't made any money. You make any money? I haven't made any money. I haven't been on the road. I haven't done anything. You do it. It makes us all equal. That's what I love about the beginning of the year. That whatever happened the year before, you could fucking erase it. It's done. That's why I don't understand how you're going to come back at that Supreme Court justice and say he covered your mouth at a party and go fuck yourself, you dumb bitch. Next time, don't fall asleep at the party. He's lucky he covered your mouth. If that was my party and one of my parties in Jersey, those guys would have fucked you in the ass and left you there and put your pants back on. You wouldn't have known nothing until you're taking a shit and a little blood come out of your ass. You're lucky he covered your mouth. That's why I don't like none of that shit. Something that happened 20 years ago. That was a different person. You know what? The other day my wife made something for me to eat. And I was like, you know what? Give this a break. And I go, not because it's bad, but because I don't like it anymore. My tastes have changed. It's like I've said 1,000 times. People fucking change. People fucking change. So, you know, you can't judge them on what they did 23 fucking years ago. 23 years ago, yeah, I got a blowjob from a chick that would come there once a week. Can I get on stage? Yeah, whatever. You know, you got to do whatever the fuck you got to do. You know, what do you think? She was the first one? What do you think? I knew her. We were friends. It was like a fucking joke. No big deal. You're the motherfuckers that, you know, Gentile Central. Oh, my God. But the guys that went off, you know, they went off. My point is that it's a new year. You got a new start. And if you want to work on something this year, because I see a lot of this in emails from younger guys, is that they're lonely, they don't know how to make friends with this fucking pandemic. A lot of people are in bad positions. Listen, it all starts with one friend. And all you need is 3, and you could take over the fucking world. How do I know? Because I've done it. Have I taken over the world? No, I'm not fucking Genghis Khan. What I mean taking over my world is I've taken over my world. What I do for a living, I've excelled at because of those 3 friends. If you don't have 1 or 2 friends that lift you, you need to work on that. Nobody's going to come and lift you. You have to try to lift them. Mike has been lifting me for years. That's why now we lift each other. And our relationship has grown. So if you're lonely this year, learn how to work on your friendships. You don't need 10 people. Everybody always wants to have a party with 12 people. Oh my God, I'm so loved. And wait till the tab comes. Let's see how much they love you. Everybody's looking around, scratching. Who's gonna pick up that fucking tab? Go fuck yourself. 3 people is all I need. 3 people. We could take over the fucking world. Not the world. It's not like I'm gonna go to China and go, this is my fucking world. No. What I can control. My world. 3 people. Today's Zoraida's birthday. I wanted to wish her a happy birthday and do this podcast in her name to her. And for her to find a way in her heart to forgive me for what I did. After I did that, I swore that I would be a better friend to my friends, and I am. You know, when I'm your friend now, I'm your friend. Learn to be a friend. Don't worry about being popular. Don't worry about having 8 people or a crew. You're never going to have a crew because 1 out of 8's going to flip on you, you dumb motherfucker. The more people you add to your crew, the more chances you got of people flipping on you. All you need is 1 or 2. You don't want to do a crime with 3 because then 2 can flip on 1. That's a complete different thing. I'm talking about friendship here, okay? As far as friendship is concerned, that's what this podcast is about today. You know, she showed me the gift of friendship, and I want to share it with you. You want good friends? You're not just going to get them because, you know, you have those friends that try to buy you, you know. Look, go to France, I'll pay. No. It's not about that. It's about having each other's back, having each other's balance. Friendship is a balance. You know, while I've been here in Jersey, I've learned one thing, that I have a great wife. We work well together. I don't like raking leaves. She likes raking leaves. You know what I'm saying? She don't like taking out the garbage. I like taking out the garbage. Me and my wife are a team together. That just didn't happen. That just doesn't happen. You have to work on it. You have to eat some shit from time to time. You have to eat some shit and say you're sorry, or say I feel this way. You know, I've never lasted with a woman like this, but when I hooked up with my wife, that's why it took me 9 years to marry her. I said, if she's going to be my wife, I'm going to be a husband. I don't want to do what I did last time and fail. I don't like failing at things 2 times, guys. I don't like it. I don't mind failing at something 1 time. A particular thing. I failed at a lot of things. I failed at everything, if you fucking really look at it. But I don't like failing, doing 1 thing twice. There's no call for that. First time, shame on me. Second time, first time, shame on you. Second time, shame on me. I don't like failing at something like that. So, that's the episode for today. I'm dedicating this to Zoraida. It's her birthday today up in heaven. I wish I had a picture of her. I'd light a candle for her, but I don't. She was beautiful. She was Cuban black African Cuban, and she had blonde hair way before little Kim. This is 79. This bitch already had a tight little blonde hairdo. She looked like Dennis Rodman before the operation, but she was good looking, Zoraida. And you know what, man? 40 fucking years later, I still really miss her. I miss her conversations, and I miss what she did for me. If you take anything from this podcast today, remember, friends just don't fucking pop up out of the fucking ground. You got to cultivate them. You got to work on it. You got to let them know you're in, and they need to know that you'll fucking die for them. You know, like I said to you, those names I mentioned earlier, Timmy, George, Jimmy Lubes, these guys, that's who got me to the place. My friends are who got me to this place. Your friends should be lifting you up, not tearing you down. That's what friends do. I hope you enjoyed this podcast today. Thank you for the Patreon. Thank you for always giving me love on Twitter and Facebook. I guess Periscope ain't out of business yet, right? They're not out of business yet? Let me check and see if, because they were supposed to be out of business, but then the other day I said, let me do a fucking Periscope. Oh shit. Periscope is not out of business. They changed their mind. They said, fuck it. We're going to keep doing what we're doing. Anyway, that's what I want to talk to you about. Friendship today. It's 2020, 21. It's a new year and you have a new start. You know, I talk to Rogan every week. I talk to Timmy every week. I talk to Dean Delray every week. I talk to Lee every fucking day. I talk to Eddie Bravo. I talk to Sam Tripoli. I talk to Jimmy Florentine. Mike and I talk. We fucking talk at night. You know, I call him. He's putting the baby to sleep. The friends just don't. You know, I even checked them for you people. If you want to hate me, I even checked them with Dalia. And I yelled at Dalia yesterday. I wished him a happy fucking New Year, or 2 days ago. I wished him a happy New Year. And I said, what are you fucking waiting for? What are you waiting for? That's it. Nobody else came out. Nobody said that you had sex with them when they were 17. Nobody else said nothing. You text somebody, they were underage. It was a fucking mistake. That's it. What, you're done forever? I said, when is the podcast going to start? And when are you going to put yourself back out there again? You know, people just don't forgive you. You have to ask for forgiveness. So I gave him advice. I hope he takes it. And that's it, man. If you're in a bind, ask for forgiveness. If they're your friends, they'll see it. If they're not your friends, fuck them. Who the fuck are they to judge you, right or wrong? It's like lying. Like Willie Nelson, never lie to your friends. If you lie to them, you're going to if they're your friends, you're going to ruin it with a lie. And if they're not your friends, who the fuck are they that you got to lie to them? Fuck them. I love you guys. Thank you very much for watching The Joint. I hope to be back on Monday with everything I got. I hope to be back. If you know anything about me, I will be here Monday. Have fucking Vicodin out with my leg out. We'll figure it out. But thank you for all the support. Thank you for all the well wishes. And thank you for just listening to the podcast and the Patreon and everything else we have to offer. Stay black. And now for a word from our sponsors. All right, cocksuckers, thank you for this little tete-a-tete. Thank you for all the well wishes on the surgery on Friday. Hopefully, we'll be able to do a podcast next Monday. Let's see how I feel. I don't know if my leg's going to be sticking right up. I don't know if I'm going to be too fucked up on the fucking pills they give you. I don't fucking know what's going to happen. All I know is I'm here today. I'm having the surgery Friday. I appreciate you motherfuckers with everything that I got for always having my back, all right? But before I go, from the heart of Jersey, the joint is brought to you by Draft Motherfucking Kings. You understand me? Listen, if you haven't signed up yet, now is the time. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app today. You're like, Joey, why? Because it's safe, secure, and reliable, and it's your money. Deposit and withdraw at your motherfucking convenience. This weekend is the motherfucking playoffs. Get ready. There's no better place to get in on the action than DraftKings. Why? Joey, why? Because they're America's top-rated sportsbook, you fuck. If you haven't tried them yet, what the fuck are you waiting for? To celebrate the best time of the year, right now, January, right now, this is Gita's month. If you're not fucking around, what are you doing? DraftKings is giving you a shot at doubling your fucking money. Did you hear what I had to say? You're going to double your money this fucking Saturday. All it takes is one touchdown for you to double your money. Like I told you in the beginning, I'm going to paint a picture for you, all right? You're going to wake up Saturday, go to breakfast, get 2 pieces of bacon, maybe a piece of toast, 3 eggs sunny side up. You're going to smoke a number, maybe give mama a stabbing, and then you're going to open up DraftKings, place your bet, and as soon as the fucking first touchdown hits, you're getting paid. You can take a nappy nunu time. Who's better than you? Who's better than you? Nobody. Don't sleep on basketball either tonight, because it's going down. There's daily odds boost on the app every fucking day. Like I told you, if you haven't signed up yet, you're fucking slipping, because this week is fucking on. You got tonight, you got college basketball Thursday night, college pro basketball Friday night, and fucking Saturday and Sunday NFL playoffs, and DraftKings is kicking it off with 1 touchdown and you double your money. Are you fucking crazy? Download the top-rated DraftKings Sportsbook app right now and use promo code Joey when you sign up to have a shot at doubling your fucking money if your touchdown is scored this Saturday. Not Sunday, this Saturday. That's code Joey for new players to get a shot at doubling their money this Saturday for a limited time only at DraftKings Sportsbook. And here's the part the lawyers make me say. You got to be 21 or older. New Jersey, Indiana, Pennsylvania. There's some other states that have been added. Tennessee, Colorado. See DraftKings.com/sportsbook for details. Now, if you got a gambling problem, there's help. Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Or if you're in Indiana, call 1-800-9-WITH-IT. But if you ain't got no fucking problems, let's go. Download this fucking app and let's make some money. Use code Joey and cash in on this motherfucking deal today. Saturday, bitches. Let's make some cash. The joint is also brought to you by ONNIT. Listen, you know how I feel about them. 10 years I've been working with them. I've been taking this product for maybe 12 years. Joe Rogan used to turn me on to Alpha Brain. I'll tell you what, man. I don't do them every day. I go on 6-week cycles, but Alpha Brain is the fucking shit, especially now when people are going through what they're going through. You know, I'm not saying it's a fucking cure-all. I'm saying it improves your memory and it helps you with your focus like it did for me. They got it on instant. They got a pill form. We got Shroom Tech Sports, Shroom Tech Immune. I mean, listen, it doesn't end. I could sit here for 2 hours and talk to you about the benefits of ONNIT. Look for yourself. Go to ONNIT.com right now. Look at the supplements. Look at the protein bites. Look at the equipment they have. I can't do nothing for you on equipment, but on the supplements and the protein bites, I get you 10% off delivered right to your house. Press church on the way out and get 10% delivered right to your motherfucking crib. That's it, and that's that. I want to thank ONNIT, and I want to thank DraftKings for having my back. And I want to thank you guys, and thank you for all the well wishes. We'll see what happens Friday, but I'll keep you posted via Patreon and via Twitter and all that shit. I love you motherfuckers. Candles are always lit here. Have a great fucking weekend. Stay black.